In today's video, I wanted to show you how to apply a difficult nail polish. So red would be one of those most difficult nail polishes to apply. So if you're learning how to apply nail polish properly, please watch the first video that I filmed just a few days ago and work on that. So application of clear nail polish. Once you have that perfected, move on to the next step. And the next step would be applying a nail polish that does not require a base coat or a top coat. And why is that? It's because when you are applying a nail polish over a base coat, the base coat is a clear coat. Once you apply the red color, the bottom layer is going to kind of melt a little bit, and this is going to apply a little bit more streaky. So it is easiest to start with this first. And learning anything takes time, so be patient. And start with the most simple steps. So that's just like trying to learn how to dance. You first are going to learn a few basic steps, and you're going to perfect those, and then you're going to move on to the next. Nobody's going to give you a good dance teacher. It's not going to give you a huge difficult routine to learn. Okay, so one of the most important things is to honestly get a nail polish that has a good brush. So these ones have very good brushes. And to see if the brush is good, wipe it on both sides. First of all, clean the stem. Wipe it on both sides and look at the brush. Quite even. Look at the brush this way. It doesn't splay out too much, so it's pretty nice and flat. Okay, this is pretty good too. It's not perfect, but it's good. Before you polish your nails, make sure that you shake. I know they're saying not to shake the polish, but I really don't think that makes a huge difference. If you want to make sure that you don't have any bubbles in the nail polish, just shake it really well and just leave it there for a few minutes. All right, so now, because you shook the nail polish, there's probably some nail polish on the stem. So as I'm pulling the lid off the nail polish, I'm going to go around like this, and sometimes I even scrape it both sides. You see how now this part is nice and clean, because you don't want to have a brush that's dripping of nail polish. Then you don't have any control over the nail polish. So you can actually even wipe the brush on both sides, see how the brush looks. And now you're going to dip, and not all the way, because then you're gonna get the stem dirty. Okay, just dip as far as the bristles go, and you're gonna wipe it a little bit on one side and a lot on this side, and to see what you're going to get. So you get like a nice bead of product on one side. So now another exercise, you're going to a couple times pick up, and now you're gonna have a smaller bead. In order to have even a smaller bead, you're going to clean off the rim and just go a couple times. You see, like this, you're going to have a small amount. Now this is going to be enough to apply on like a pinky toenail. So when I pick up the nail polish, I always look how much nail polish I have. If I have too much, I wipe it off. Now this is a small amount. If I'm working on the thumb, it's going to be a larger amount. Okay, so let's see how this looks in practice. Let's see how this looks in practice. So in the previous video, I talked about how to prepare the nails, which 4 things you really need before you start polishing your nails. So I'm not going to repeat myself this time, and how to position yourself. So this time I'm just going to show you how to work with the colored nail polish. I'm actually grabbing a small amount of polish. I'm going to brush it off a little bit. And now I'm making contact here, and I'm pushing up and down. Now I'm working with the corner of the brush and down, and on the other side and down. Sometimes this is not perfect, which is okay, but you can fix this on the other coat. But at least you can see how little of the polish I am applying. So for the second nail is a little bit larger, so I'm going to grab a little bit more nail polish, going to get it off the brush, and now making a contact with the nail, push it up, let go, and corner of the brush, And now I'm going to turn to the side and corner of the brush. I'm guiding it down. And sometimes you don't really have to move the brush. You can put more pressure on the brush and the brush will move for you. Okay, I'm going to pick up more nail polish. Look how much I have, a little bit too much. Sometimes I do this like almost like a wiggle to get the polish in place. You can actually help yourself a little bit. And you know what? It just takes time. Your hands will get more flexible. This is a smaller nail. Just so I wipe it off the brush, just so I don't go with like a loaded brush near the skin. Make sure that this is thin, okay? Now, usually I try to grab enough nail polish to finish a nail. So I don't go back and forth, because you're kind of wasting your time and you're allowing the nail polish to dry on the nail. And then once you apply a little bit more nail polish, it kind of makes it a little messy. So I'm going to try to apply and like have enough for the whole nail, but sometimes it's not possible, and that's okay too. So I'm going to position myself like this. See how slowly I'm working? I'm going to make sure everything is nice and even, and I'm done. Now I'm going to wait with polishing my other hand, because I don't want to mess up this hand. On camera, this looks way more orangey. This is actually a true red. As you can see, I try to apply the nail polish as close to the skin as possible, but without flooding it. So if you are afraid and you don't want to flood the skin, just go a little bit further away. And you know what? Over time, you can get closer and closer, because cleaning up a red polish, it's a lot of work. So this nail polish, it's supposed to be used in one coat. And you know what? This red, actually, you could probably pull it off. Like, this is quite impressive, no? In one coat. And it's drying actually quite quickly. Yeah, this is quite dry. But I'm going to apply 2 coats. And probably for the shine, for the fullness of the nail polish, you will need 2 coats. It's going to look much better. Polishing your other hand, I have to say, can be difficult. And I really do prefer to work over my knee. I just have a much better angle. And I can balance my other hand. I really like this angle. So now I'm not gonna go all the way to the bottle. Just going to pick up this much. My other hand is rested. I'm going to get off the polish here. Bring it down. I have to say, the application of this one is fantastic. See how I kind of peek on the other side? All right. Sorry guys, I don't want to talk and paint at the same time because I don't want to move. See how I actually try to splay the bristles? So it helps me to be more accurate, applies more pressure on the polish. And then I don't have to really move the brush. I just increase the pressure and the brush moves, if that makes any sense. Okay, see, I have my leg like this over my knee. Sorry, my hand. Trying to see what the camera is showing. I hope I'm in focus. I think this is the most difficult nail to do. Okay, now I'm going to quickly switch to the other side. My hands are not really shaking, although they look like they're shaking. It's just I'm trying to get the nail polish in place. Okay, so this is pretty good. And I'm going to wait until this hand dries and do the other one. So the other one is dry, pretty much. Not bad. Okay, I can see that I made a little, not a mistake. I guess I had just a little bit more nail polish and it touched the skin. So I'm going to take my little stick and go like this. Wipe it off. You can actually dip this stick in acetone. Let it absorb some of the acetone. Wipe the excess off. Because you guys see me work with a like an acrylic brush to fix the little imperfections. But these brushes, the good ones, are very expensive. And I don't know, I have mixed feelings about them. Because they need to, the animals are used to make these brushes, so I don't know how I feel about that. So this will also do. So here's what I do. I just dip it and I brush off the excess on the paper, and you'll see, I don't know how I got this on my skin. You see how you can get it up the skin? So I'm going to wait with the final cleanup until I have all the polish applied and actually dry. So you can see how this is losing the fullness, the shininess, I guess, I don't know. That tells me that it's drying. You know, this, you could really pull it off actually in one coat. I'm going to shut the light off and no, it looks cooler in real life. It doesn't look as orange. Okay, as you can see, I missed the side a little bit, these two sides. And obviously, I mean, if you are not very comfortable, red nail polish, clothes, make sure that you're working over a surface that you can mess up. Okay, I made a little mess. So now, because the nail polish here is touching the skin, I'm going to try to wipe excess of it with the stick. And I perfect the nail polish when it's dry. Okay, so I'm still holding the polish here like this. And this is how I often work. So I don't have to reach over. It's interesting. I prefer to obviously polish other people's nails because that's what I do the most. Okay. Well, let's wait for this to dry. This is really a fantastic color, I have to say. You know what? It looks kind of pinky in a bottle, but on the nail, it's a true red. It's really, really nice. Actually, it's much nicer than I first thought. So I'm kind of helping myself with this hand as well. I feel I have a little bit too much nail polish. Too much is not good because then you can't control it. Gonna brush it off a little bit. Yeah, that's good. But yeah, be careful. Don't have a brush that's like dripping of nail polish. So as you can see, the second coat is a little bit more like floating. It's applied lightly. That will give you a slightly thicker coat. Something there, okay. And thicker coat, which will give you a little bit better shine. Okay, so you see how I point the nail down a little bit? Full strokes from the top to bottom. You know, it's always better to dry the polish in between the coats. So especially if you are a beginner, really give yourself enough time to do this. It's going to be much easier because even if you by an accident touch a nail, at least it's going to be pretty dry. Even like 10 minutes between the coats or something like that. So this is kind of difficult because I'm trying to do this and make sure that you guys see what I'm doing. So the brush, the stick has a little bit of acetone. I'm going to try to clean the nail like this. So you see what I'm doing here is I'm trying to make sure that the borders are nice and clean. So again, let me just repeat this because I know this can be a little confusing. If you flood the skin, wipe it with a dry stick right away. But then if you just want to perfect the contour of the nail polish, I prefer to wait until the polish is dry and then go with a stick soaked in acetone. So you're doing the opposite. First, wet nail polish, dry stick. And then dry nail polish, wet stick. And by the way, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to add these little sticks to our kit, our nail kits, because I think they can be very helpful. We might start carrying them in like a larger amounts, but for now, I'm going to add like a few of them in each kit, okay? Because this works really well. Again, I normally work with a acrylic brush, but you know, I don't know where to get them. The good ones are super expensive. They're like, I don't know, $50 or something, $60 for a brush. And if you can do this with a wooden stick, I think that's much better. And this is fine. Okay, let's see if I can show you how to maybe kind of go in like this. You know what? This works really well, actually. You know, the thing is, in life, you learn your whole entire life. And I changed my technique. This is amazing, guys. Holy smokes. I mean, doing my own nails. With clients, I'm gonna, you know, keep doing what I was doing because I really am comfortable with this. But this is something else. Oops. Wait for the nails to be dry because I almost smudged this one. I didn't, but I kind of felt that it's a little sticky. I forgot what I was saying. Anyway, this is excellent. And you know what? It's always better to paint a little bit further away from the skin, because you know what? Once the polish is dry, once you're looking at your hands like this, nobody's going to see that there is a little gap. So yeah, the nails are a little dry looking. I mean, the skin around the nails, because I just wiped my skin with acetone. I removed the clear nail polish and I wiped the nails with acetone. So that's why it looks a little dry. But let's put some like quick drying drops and see how the nails look. So these are the drops that I've been testing. I have to say they smell amazing. I prefer to drop like a bigger drop from a distance, just so you know I don't touch the nail polish with the dropper. So do these drops actually improve the drying process? I'm not really sure. Actually, some of them probably made the drying process a little bit longer. Would I use them? Yeah, they're kind of nice. They're just a little bit lighter than the oil, so when your hands feel a little dry, or the area around the nails, then it's nice. Alrighty guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and let me know what you think in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.